Welcome to the Teach Joyfully podcast, where we talk about all things elementary teaching with some mom stuff thrown in. I'm Lisa Burns, a teacher success coach, veteran elementary teacher, and mom of 5. I'll be your host. Thanks for joining me today. I know that we're just now in December and it's hard to think about January, but there are things that you should be prepping now for your January success. So raise your hand if you stress out over school at the end of Christmas break. We all know it's coming, the January back to school craziness. Raise your hand if you stress out over back to school at the end of your Christmas break. We all know it's coming, the January back to school craziness. So let's prepare now so you can just enjoy a true break and not stress out at the end of it. That's crazy talk, right? No, it should be your new normal. After the break, things start to really move fast in school. We have standardized testing, Valentine's Day, and so much more. In addition, we have to be retraining our students and ourselves. Let's face it, as lovely and necessary as it is to have a break, it's a lot of work to get back into the swing of things. In fact, it can be nuts. So prepare now. At the very least, have your first week back planned before you leave for Christmas break. So what does that mean? That means you need to have some lessons planned. You need to make any copies and get any links ready for your students. You need to load any electronic assignments and get them scheduled. And any extra items for activities, demonstrations, or experiments need to be purchased or gathered and put together so that you have them. Your lesson materials need to be organized and ready to go. And any assessment materials that you're going to need, you need to have those ready as well. That might mean creating, adjusting, gathering exit slips, quizzes, grading rubrics, all kinds of things. And then you've got your test prep. So make sure that's ready as well. It's a lot, my friends. I get it. And it seems overwhelming right now when we're already overwhelmed from all of what this year has looked like already, and we're heading into Christmas break. But I promise, if you just take a few hours to do this, you will be so glad you did come January. If you schedule all of these things, it should take you only a few hours, but you have to get it on the calendar and decide what it is you need to accomplish, make a checklist, and just get it down so that you have everything scheduled for a specific day and time. Spread it out over the next week and a half, and it will be done before you know it. And when you've done all that, then there's one more thing to plan, my friend. You need to plan for retraining your students in all of your routines and procedures as well. Whether you are online, in school, or doing some sort of a hybrid model, this is an essential piece, and it will ensure your success for the rest of the year. But if you don't, you're going to struggle. I guarantee it. So what does that look like? Your first day back, you're going to talk to your students about all of the expectations all over again, and you're going to have regular stop and think moments throughout the day. That might sound something like this. It's been a while. I'm so forgetful. Please remind me what we do as soon as we get to our classroom. Oh, good. Thanks for the reminder. Now show me. Your second day back, you will have stop and think moments out loud anywhere that things went a little rough the day before. So you're just going to patch it up and continue to work on those areas. It doesn't hurt to remind them of things they were already good at, but really focus on the things that didn't go well. And the third day back, you're going to stop and think aloud on those moments again, anywhere that went a little rough on days 1 and 2. It's a spot check. And day 4, spot check as needed, and then you are set and ready to go. Your life will be so much calmer the first week back and the rest of the year if you just take the time to do this. I know it's one more thing to do, but it's just minutes. Your life will be so much calmer and easier that first week back and the rest of the year if you just take the time to do this. I know it sounds like it's just one more thing to do, but it is worth the investment of time because it will save you time and energy and frustration for the rest of the year. Yes, we're going to continue to do this throughout the year. As there's problems, we stop and think and we review those rules, but coming back from a long break is essential. And don't worry, I've got you covered. I have a January back to school success plan for you. You can download that for free. I'll put the link in the show notes. Once you've planned all of these things out and you feel like you can squeeze in anything else, well, good for you. If that's the case, do these. Do a calendar check. Are all of your events on the calendar for the rest of your year? It should take you about 10 minutes to go through and check and make sure that your calendar for the rest of the school year is up to date. Then if you have another 20 minutes, really drill down and do a full test prep plan. Really get it down so that it's all on your calendar. You know exactly what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Then if you have 30 minutes to an hour left, you can make some email templates. I swear by them. Having templates for all kinds of situations that regularly arise in the classroom makes such a difference. You're not sitting at the computer when you're completely exhausted, because that would never happen, right? Well, when you are completely exhausted, because we know it does happen, you're not having to compose an email from scratch. You already have a template. You can pop it in and edit and send. It's so much easier. And we send certain emails over and over and over again. Why not just have a template for that? In fact, I believe in this system so much, I created an entire packet of email templates for teachers. I'll put the link in the show notes. And that's it, my friends. I know it's nuts. I know you feel like you can't do one more thing, but this is an investment in the rest of your year and in your sanity. So if you can get your first week or two for January planned before you even go for break, and have a plan for all of that back to school retraining of your students, you'll be ahead of the game. Yes, you will. Come January, you'll be the teacher who isn't feeling stressed. Yes, you'll have lots more to do, but there's always more to do. Just get a little jump ahead and you'll feel so much better, and your students will have better success all year long. And while you're at it, don't forget to grab that January back to school success plan. So that's it, my teacher friends. We're out of time and I'm out of breath. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you liked today's episode, I'd love it if you'd go to Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen and leave a review. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. Also, you can continue the conversation online with me in my Facebook group, the Teach Joyfully Podcast Community, where elementary teachers can connect, get help, and encouragement for all kinds of education and parenting topics. You can find the show notes and links to all the resources mentioned in today's episode on my website at www.hopeineducation.com/podcast. And remember, a happy teacher is a good teacher. Until next time, teach joyfully and take care of you.